In the heart of a vibrant city by the sea, lived a young boy named Finn. He had an extraordinary bond with nature, especially the ocean. Every day after school, he would race to the shore, eager to feel the salty breeze on his face and the soft sand between his toes. But Finn wasn't just any ordinary boy. His spirit was as boundless as the sea itself, as wild and as free. And like the crashing waves, his heart yearned for adventure. One day, as Finn was playing by the shoreline, he noticed something unusual, a strange, beautiful creature unlike anything he'd seen before. It was a dolphin, a majestic bottlenose dolphin with a playful grin and eyes that sparkled like the sun on the waves. The dolphin was different from all the others in the pod. He had a small scar on his dorsal fin, which made him an outcast. The other dolphins wouldn't accept him because of this perceived flaw, and so he spent most of his time alone. From that moment, their friendship blossomed. They played hide and seek among the waves, and a dolphin, whom Finn named Scar, would often bring him small treasures from the deep colorful pebbles and smooth, glistening shells. They understood each other without words, sharing a language of smiles and gestures that only they could comprehend. But one day, a shadow fell over their joyful world. A group of older boys approached the water, their eyes gleaming with mischief. They had a net and a cruel plan to catch Scar and sell him to the circus. Finn watched in horror as they slowly encircled the dolphin, their laughter echoing ominously over the waves. Without hesitation, Finn plunged into the water. As the other boys closed in on Scar, he nudged Finn, urging him to flee. But Finn refused to leave his friend behind. Instead, he started splashing the water with all his might, distracting the boys long enough for Scar to slip away. But this act of bravery came at a cost. The boys retaliated, pushing Finn under the water and keeping him there until his lungs burned and his vision blurred. Just when he thought he couldn't take another second underwater, Scar appeared, pushing him towards the surface with his nose. Gasping for air, Finn resurfaced and stumbled back to the shore, his body aching and his spirit shaken. That night, as the moon painted silver streaks across his bedroom wall, Finn couldn't sleep. His mind raced with worry for Scar. Had the other boys managed to catch him? Was he trapped and alone, scared and confused? These thoughts kept him awake, tossing and turning in his bed. Determined to help Scar, Finn rose early the next morning. He knew he couldn't fight the other boys with their numbers and their strength, but he had something they didn't: knowledge of the ocean and its creatures. Finn set out to gather sea creatures that could help him outsmart the other kids. First, he collected some sea urchins, then went in search of crabs, carefully placing them inside a woven basket. Finally, he returned home, his arms laden with slippery, squishy treasures. With a mischievous grin, Finn began his plan. He placed the basket near the shore where the other boys were playing, hidden behind a large rock. Then he waited patiently. Soon, the boys, curious about the strange sounds coming from the basket, gathered around it. As they peered inside, the crabs scuttled sideways, their beady eyes flashing. Startled, the boys screamed and scattered, running away from the unexpected ambush. Finn, seizing the opportunity, quickly retrieved the sea urchins and headed toward the deeper waters, calling out for Scar. When Scar heard his voice, he surfaced, his eyes meeting Finn's. In a flash, Finn slipped into the water and onto Scar's back. With a powerful flick of his tail, Scar disappeared beneath the waves, taking Finn on an exhilarating underwater adventure. Down, down they went, deeper and deeper into the ocean's embrace, where sunlight filtered through the water in shimmering rays. Suddenly Scar stopped. Ahead of them was a magnificent sight, an underwater cave adorned with colorful coral and teeming with life. It was a sanctuary, a secret haven known only to a few. This was to be their new home, a place where they could be together without fear. Inside the cave, surrounded by the wonders of the deep, they shared stories and dreams. Finn told Scar about the world above, about the sunshine and the birds, and Scar shared tales of the ocean, of shipwrecks and sunken treasures. Their friendship deepened, strengthened by their shared experiences, and their common goal of protecting the ocean and its creatures. Years passed, and Finn and Scar's bond only grew stronger. They continued exploring the ocean, discovering new species of fish and learning the secrets of the deep. Finn grew taller and wiser, yet he never forgot his promise to protect Scar and the ocean. One day, a research vessel arrived, and scientists began exploring the coral reef near the hidden cove. They were searching for rare marine life to study and document. Little did they know that they were about to make an extraordinary discovery. As the scientists ventured deeper into the coral reef, they came across Finn and Scar. At first, they couldn't believe their eyes. A human and a dolphin, living together in harmony in the middle of the ocean. But what truly astounded them was Scar's unique dorsal fin, the very feature that had made him an outcast in his pod. It was perfect, an ideal specimen for their research. Despite their fascination, the scientists knew they couldn't keep Scar captive. So they offered Finn and Scar a deal. They would provide them with food and supplies if they allowed the scientists to tag Scar and track his movements for a short period. Intrigued and always up for an adventure, Finn and Scar agreed. The scientists attached a tracking device to Scar's dorsal fin and provided Finn with a waterproof bag filled with fish and other goodies. Then they said their goodbyes and sailed away. Now, thanks to the tracking device, the scientists could follow Scar and learn more about his daily life. They discovered that Scar and Finn weren't just living in harmony, they were thriving. Scar was healthy and happy, and he and Finn had created a sustainable underwater garden filled with an abundance of fish and other sea creatures. As the years passed, the scientists continued to visit Finn and Scar, amazed by the thriving ecosystem they had created. They learned that Finn had developed a unique language with Scar, a combination of whistles, clicks, and hand gestures that allowed them to communicate effortlessly. The scientists also discovered that Scar's scar was not just a physical mark, it was a symbol of his resilience and adaptability. Because of his scar, Scar had been forced to find his own way in the world, and he had done so with grace and dignity. As Finn and Scar's story spread, more and more people became aware of the beauty and importance of the ocean. Inspired by their bond, an environmental organization was formed to protect marine life and promote sustainable fishing practices. Soon, the ocean was teeming with life once again. In the end, it was Scar's difference that had led to the transformation of not just the ocean, but the hearts of those who knew him. His story became a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, one can find light and beauty if they dare to look for it. And so the tale of Finn and Scar echoed through the ages, carried on the winds and waves, a timeless story of courage, friendship, and the boundless love between a boy and his dolphin.